Hello again, BIO100. Welcome to the lab portion of this week's module. Just like we did last week, one of the things we'll be doing in the lab portion of this module is taking a short quiz based on the material that we actually covered last week. And remember, we do this in order to give you repeated exposure to the material. The more times you have to retrieve that information from your memory, from your brain, the more that you will really learn the material, and it'll move from your short-term to your long-term memory, which is our goal, because we want to give you these skills to set you up for success in your future classes here at Sac State, as well as your future career, whatever that may be. So the more we ask you to use the information that we're all learning together, the better for you all in the end. So that's one of the things we'll do in the lab module, is take a short quiz. And then the other thing we're doing in this module is a little bit different than what we've done before. So we don't actually have a lab activity worksheet for this week. Instead, what we have is our first writing assignment. So this is a relatively short assignment, about 500 words maximum. That's a couple long paragraphs, about a page. And we're asking you to do this writing assignment for a couple of different reasons. First of all, being able to write about science, scientific communication through writing, that's a really important skill for scientists to have, especially nowadays. So this assignment is designed to give you some practice with that. And the other main reason that we're asking you to do this assignment is because we're going to ask you to think about how the different topics we've covered so far in BIO100 can apply to your own life, and how can you use that material in your own life. I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm learning things, if I'm able to connect what I'm learning to things that are happening all around me in my everyday life, it helps me remember it, and it also gives me motivation to learn the material if I recognize how it's going to be useful for me personally. So in my classes, I always try to give examples that will have each of you connect and relate to the material, but I don't know all of you super well, so I don't have that knowledge of exactly how it's going to be applicable in each of your individual lives. So that's why we're asking you to think about this, reflect on your own personal experience, and pick one thing that we've learned so far in BIO100 that's going to be useful for your own life. So you'll get practice writing about scientific things, because you will have to talk about the topic from BIO100 itself, and then we're also going to ask you to describe how that particular concept or topic is related to your own life. So I have some examples in the assignment instructions. One of the ones I came up with, again, because I just think about my dog all the time, if you are learning about statistical tests, for instance, maybe knowing how to interpret these different statistical tests might help you be a more informed pet owner if you're able to read studies and recognize whether dogs that eat grain-free versus traditional diets, if they have significantly different health effects, for instance. That was the example I came up with, again, because I just think about my dog all the time. Where is he? Right there. Okay. So that's the main thing we're doing this week, a little bit different, but hopefully it'll still build some useful skills for you and help you recognize how this material is relevant in your own personal life. So go ahead, complete those 2 assignments for the lab module. As always, reach out if you have questions or need help.